Talk loudly in meetings? Leadership potential. Crack jokes at the offside? Cultural fit. Aggressively posts on LinkedIn? Thought leader. Welcome back to One in a Millennial.
One in a millennial, here we go, where the laughs come fast and the thoughts just flow. Life's a mess, but we make it shine. Grab a coffee, sit back, it's podcast time.
I'm Antara, your resident confused corporate millennial with a gazillion opinions and very few solutions. Thanks for all the love you've been showing this podcast. It's honestly the only validation I'm getting these days because appraisals, recognition, and satisfaction at corporate in this economy are now like a myth. Today, we're talking about something that shapes careers, promotions, and maybe even how many laughs your manager gets at their jokes. Corporate life that is built to favor extroverts. Because let's face it, if you're not the type bouncing into every meeting with caffeinated good morning team, then corporate is going to act like you are under Harry Potter's invisibility cloak.
Disclaimer. Through this episode, nowhere are we claiming that extroverts don't make great employees. This is far from the truth. They're definitely an asset. Being able to bring in skills for the job, that is probably functional knowledge, being able to bring in sales, not just be able to showcase their capabilities really well, but also present the work of the whole team done extremely well. We all know that our teams would have crumbled if we didn't have these excellent extroverts on it. Although this episode specifically is a homage to those introverted friends of ours we all know who are good at what they do, but are just not good enough at showcasing it for whatever reason. And this is what we want you to remember when you listen to the rest of the episode.
Recap to our parents' time. They had it different. Most of their work was about actual work. They didn't need to network. They didn't have to circle back on action items 100 times. They just needed to get salary on time and the work done before the typewriter ribbon ran out. Now, oh no. It's not about just doing the work. It's about how loudly and creatively you announce you did the work. Corporate loves visibility. Translation: if people don't hear you, they assume you don't exist. Small talk is the funniest part of this bias. Extroverts obviously thrive on it. They can chat with the CEO in the lift like they are besties. Introverts, on the other hand, their worst nightmare is someone just saying, "How was your weekend?" Bro, it was fine. I ate, I slept, I questioned all my life choices. Next question, please. No harm with the small talk. Just don't judge someone who may not be very comfortable with it. It's just their personality. Normalize being shy. It's not a crime. I'm pretty sure everyone has witnessed this, no matter how new or experienced you are in the corporate environment. There are the ones who throw a million ideas at the wall, none of which seem to be realistic. Meanwhile, there is that one introvert in the team who sits quietly, then drops that one idea that actually saves the project. The idea lapped up, the individual forgotten. During performance reviews, for extroverts, it's second nature to just say with confidence, "I led 5 projects this quarter," which is great. It's just a sorry state of affairs for introverts who probably have also done 5 or more projects but for some reason can't muster the courage to say it. All they manage to muster is, "I contributed." Contributed! You literally carried the entire team. You're basically Atlas holding up corporate heaven. If you're an extrovert and recall such an introvert, get hold of them and boost their confidence. Trust me, they need it. And importantly, the team needs them. We all know that. My heart goes out to introverts during team bonding activities. Extroverts are quick to kickstart karaoke nights. Meanwhile, the introverts are manifesting food poisoning for themselves locked in the bathroom somewhere. The ambiverts, they are the best. I think most people fall under this bucket. They'll go, sing half a song, and then slip out before the group attempts Natu Natu, or worse, trying to copy Rithik from Doom Machale. Talking about corporate events, you have to give it to extroverts. They collect business cards like Pokemon. I think we're all secretly envious of their charm and charisma, and just the ease at which they're able to be the favorite in any room they walk into. Meanwhile, introverts who are never keen on this corporate event in the very first place find themselves hiding in the corner with the free samosas, because in corporate, if you want to climb the ladder, you better be at the event and you better be like the Shah Rukh Khan of your office. Your Vikrant Massey vibe just won't make the cut. Here's the thing. Personality doesn't take away from capability. Introverts may not raise their hand 12 times in a meeting, but when they finally do, it's usually something that makes everyone shut up and take notes. Ambiverts might be drained after 3 days of offsite, but they are the ones who adapt to any situation and keep the team sane. They're the peacemakers, the ones getting the job done and bridging the gap between people rather successfully. Extroverts bring energy, drive, motivation, and business for sure. We have to give it to them. But what corporate fails to recognize and appreciate sufficiently is without the quiet doers, all the energy is just noise. I've been in meetings where the loudest person was hailed as the genius, but when you looked closely, their entire idea was just renaming the Excel tab. Meanwhile, the quiet analyst in the corner had literally cracked the whole problem but didn't say a word because he or she was too scared. Because the timing wasn't right. Come on. Let's talk promotions. Imagine 2 employees. The extrovert goes, I delivered outstanding results that created impact. The introvert goes, I just did my job. Guess who gets promoted? The guy who basically gave a TED talk in the appraisal meeting. Dear introverts, we all feel for you. You deserve to be recognized. You deserve to be applauded. And you deserve to be encouraged. Unfortunately, nor you nor I in this position can change how things work. I'm not asking you to go on LinkedIn and write posts like, I turned my coffee spill into a leadership lesson. But at least make a start and speak about your achievements without disregarding them immediately. It's most unfortunate that corporate life has turned into a popularity contest. Organizations actually need all types of people. And the typical 3 that I think most of us can agree exist are extroverts to energize and pitch, introverts to analyze and execute, ambiverts to balance and bridge. It's like a thali meal. You can't eat just pickle, can you? You need rice, dal, sabzi, papad, the whole plate. So if you're an introvert, feeling invisible, or an ambivert wondering why you're drained after pretending to be extroverted all week, trust me, it's not you. It's just the system. Most of the extroverts you see around today probably aren't even extroverts. They're, for all we know, ex-introverts who molded themselves in a way that appeases corporate culture. I can see how that is very possible. I can see how that case could apply to me too if I stay too long enough in an environment that aggressively encourages it. The system automatically assumes volume is equal to value. I wish the system was rewired to also appreciate silence, because sometimes that's the most valuable thing in the room. If you are an introvert or an ambivert, you do know you owe a big thank you to that one extroverted colleague who always saves you from having to introduce yourself 100th time to a stranger at a 1 a.m. party, or has saved you from having to do a Michael Jackson routine at the offsite because they did it all by themselves instead. So don't forget and do say your thanks to them. We all need each other to survive. It would have just been nicer if we didn't have to become each other and had a place just to be our authentic selves. being fully appreciated for all that we bring to work. I hope corporate evolves into a place where there is such a space for all, where you aren't fighting for popularity, because I don't recall that being a subject we graduated in the first place. I know this is a whole different game for women in corporate, and that's just content for a whole season by itself. Anyway, till we come out with that, share your thoughts on what we discussed today with us. Share this podcast with your friends, and don't forget, whether you're shouting from rooftops, whispering from corners, or awkwardly waving from the middle, you're still always gloriously one in a millennial. Thank you.